So what I'm doing is I'm just looking at what the media has done with us with COVID. And I'm just saying, okay, this is their playbook. You know what a playbook is. If you're a football coach, you've got a book of plays. If you're a detective in the police force, it's called MO, modus operandi. How people do what they do. So you look at what they've done with COVID. This is their playbook. Now let's go over it. What was the playbook? They announced far, far away, someplace that we can't get to check out with our own eyes and ears, China. Oh, this new virus. None of us can go to China to go check it out, but no one wants to go there anyways. Why would you go into the middle of a place that's got a nasty new virus? But we have, file footage. Someone over in China, they're already living there, and they've got a TV camera. They sent us the footage, They just uploaded it onto the internet. We downloaded it in New York, and then we put it on the 6 o'clock news for you. There's a new virus. And, over the course of the next few weeks, months, we tell you about what's happening in China with this virus. We make up some story like, we're not sure, but, those weird people in China, they got this open air meat market where they're selling bats, and people are eating, people in China, they eat dogs, they eat cats, they eat bats. And apparently someone got a hold of a bad bat that had this virus in it. And it's a horrible virus. And, it's an epidemic in China. It's very, very difficult for us to do anything except go, oh shit, I hope it doesn't get here. But they keep talking about it. And, next thing you know, sorry, folks, we got it here in our country. Might have it even, in your city, your town, your neighborhood. You better start testing. Better start testing. Oh, the first thing that happens, oh, well, well, they even told us that the CDC put out bad tests, contaminated tests. Why did they tell us that? That was dumb. But they did. They put out contaminated tests. In other words, you get tested by this. It doesn't matter whether you got this, that, or the next thing. It's going to come back positive because it's contaminated right from the factory. And they've got all these different kinds of tests, antibody tests and viral tests. And they're mixing them all up together and they're giving you the combined stats. We've got horrible stories about, people going into the hospitals and they're having to be intubated, and over in Italy, it's horrible in Italy. All the old folks there, hospitals are all jammed. And anyway, this is the story. And it keeps going on. And again tonight, oh, California had been hit hard by, more cases, more cases. And it goes on for months and months and months. And then they talk about, okay, let's back it up. If they've used this story, where else have we seen this story? Zika. Zika virus from a few years ago. Horrible thing. I mean, they keep coming up with these SARS. SARS, that's where we first saw a lot of people wearing these face masks. SARS. And then we have to go way back. 1984, HIV, AIDS, the gay plague. Gays are showing up in San Francisco at the hospital. They're 24 years of age and they're super sick. They got a special unit full of these young, they're 24 years old. And I'm sorry to tell you, they're dropping dead. Oh, some weeks later, it's a virus. We figured it out. And now we've got a test, and we're going to get everyone tested. So they get everybody tested, and lo and behold, well, there's not much we can do for you. But there's this stuff, it's called AZT. And we made it for, it was going to be like anti-cancer drug. Didn't work. But it's the only thing we got. So we're going to give you AZT. It might make you really sick. Um, it might delay the inevitable, but I'm terribly sorry. It's not going to cure you. There's no cure for this virus. Time goes on, I don't know, like 15 years later. Well, there's still this epidemic, horrible epidemic. All these Hollywood fags died of AIDS. Like Freddie Mercury died and Rock Hudson died. Strangely, Magic Johnson didn't die of HIV. Magic Johnson got HIV way before they had, the cocktail that they give people to prevent you from dying. Why didn't Magic Johnson die? It's the same HIV that got Freddie Mercury and Rock Hudson, but Magic, he didn't die. Seriously? Go back and look at Magic Johnson. You go back and look at Magic Johnson. He got HIV before there was a treatment that would keep you alive. And he didn't die. Nevertheless, media in all the big cities kept telling us, there's a lot of young homosexuals that are dropped. Oh, and the Haitians. People in Haiti are dying. Oh, and there's a horrible problem in Africa. People dying of HIV in Africa. So, massive fear campaign keeps going. And I don't know, eventually they came up with this cocktail, and this cocktail, you take this cocktail and you're not going to die. It's gonna go and take all the virus right out of your system. So, we give you a viral load test. You're not going to have any virus, but you're going to have to take these expensive pills every day for the rest of your life. How expensive? Well, if you're buying prescription drugs now, I don't know, $1,500 a month. Better have insurance or government insurance. That's a lot of profit. And I just looked, and there's somebody that's selling a report on the global HIV market for drugs. It's $20 billion a year. That's how big the market is. It's a lot of money, 20 billion a year after year, 20 billion, 20 billion, 20 billion, 20 billion, 20 billion. That's a lot of money. It's a horrible, horrible thing. You got HIV, you got to pay me. There's no cure. I just got to keep testing all of you, especially if you're gay. Every, I don't know, 3 months you should be checking. Every 3 months, go in. And then what are we going to do? We're going to give you contaminated tests. Just like COVID. It hasn't come out yet, folks. It hasn't come out yet, but I'm telling you, same playbook as COVID. They have got fake tests. Fake tests that come out of the factory, and some of them are marked positive. How deep does the rot of the people in the labs in on it? Who's in on this game? Who's in, who's out, who's just stupid. But who's really in it? I don't know. These drug companies know you keep testing the fags. You're going to keep getting people month after month. Oh, you got one of our tests, our fake positive test. You're positive. Cash for life. You'll be fine. The fag's going to cry for a little while. I got HIV. Going to cry for a little while, but, you know, it's a lot of money. $1,500 a month per fag. Why do they keep? I don't know. They didn't like homosexuals back in the 80s. Easy target. But that's what they're doing. They're giving fake AIDS tests. And then they're going to give you fake viral load tests. How do we know? We know because the person who invented viral load tests, Dr. Kary Mullis, who won a Nobel Prize, basically said, don't use this polymerase chain reaction. PCR, don't use this, for viral load testing. Don't use it. He invented it. He says don't use it. Who uses it? Every flippin' AIDS doctor in the world uses this thing. The inventor said don't use it for this. These fucking people have pulled the wool over your eyes. They did it with HIV. They're doing it with COVID. And they want a whole pile of you people to line up for whatever drugs that they can sell for this. The drugs, hydrochloroform or whatever it's called, that Donald Trump is pushing, or the vaccines of Bill Gates. These fucking people did it before with HIV. And the people with HIV don't even know that they've been had. They don't even know. But they admitted with COVID, CDC put out tests. They were contaminated tests right from the CDC factory. So they're contaminated when they come to HIV. Same playbook, same people. These fucking people. They'll do anything for $20 billion a year. They hire a bunch of faggots. To be promoting testing. Clubs for fags. Oh, by the way, we're sponsored by so-and-so drug company. They are. You go look. You go look at all these fag groups. They're always talking about HIV, and they're all sponsored by like fucking Merck. I drove by just last week, my local fag place for people with HIV. Whose name's on the side of the building? Sponsored by fucking Merck. What does Merck make? HIV medications. These fucking people. You don't understand. People will do anything for money, and corporations aren't even fucking people. Corporations are heartless fucking businesses. They don't have anything human. There's no empathy in them. It's bottom line, and I want my piece of the $20 billion that's up in the HIV market this year. These fucking corporations, these fucking capitalists, and the fucking people that are behind them all, the fucking owners of them all. You want to know the demonic people are on the planet? Follow the money. I'm sorry if I've said a few things about faggots. It's just that, I grew up as a faggot. So I know what faggots are like. There's a faggot right here. So, I guess I got a grudge against these fucking people. These fucking pharmaceutical people. These fucking media people. I got a grudge against them, yes. And it's time we out them.